Have you ever noticed this? That the more perfect you or someone tries to be with their diet and overall weight loss program, the worse y'all do? I'm talking about going all in. You're tracking all your meals. You are not skipping any workouts. You're eliminating a food group like carbs or animal product or plants. You're really doing the most for only a few weeks, and then you're burnt out, you're quitting, you're done. One thing that I've realized over nearly 2 decades of helping hundreds of people just like yourself successfully lose weight, the ones who win the most and for the longest, they're hardly perfect, but they are consistent. They are able to create ways of getting a win to some degree despite life getting messy. So let me show you why the Imperfect Plan is the plan for you and exactly what it takes to start putting it into action starting today. What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Coach 𝐒𝐒𝐑, and I'm here to teach you a simple path to not just getting healthy, but also, most importantly, staying healthy. And if that sounds like something you know you need in your life, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date. I put videos out each and every week. And I'm gonna tell you something about perfection. It is a bunch of bullshit. It is not practical, it is not realistic, and if you think you have the perfect plan for your diets, keep watching because I'm gonna show you how wrong you truly are. So you're telling me you have the perfect plan that guarantees you a set amount of weight loss in a short time. That plan is lying to you. You will not see success with that plan because it's not practical. That ideal and perfect plan is only gonna work when your life is ideal and perfect. And last time I checked, none of us has the privilege of a life filled with ideal perfection. We have things coming up like work parties, work travel, sick children, missed workouts, poor sleep, stress. Basically, we have a bunch of good things and bad things that happen to us on a daily basis. And if our plan can only be executed when none of that stuff happens, we are going to fail. These diets that cannot hold up to any curveballs that life throws at you are not good diets. They might sound good to tell people about and post about on your social media, but on a day-to-day basis, they are not built on sustaining them for the long term or even being realistic for the average and regular person. So here's what happens. You're following your perfect plan for a day or two and you get thrown a curveball. What you gonna do? Chances are you don't know how to do anything that is not on the plan, so you're gonna go back to the old crap that you used to do. And at the end of the day, that's not gonna lead you towards your goal, and you are more than likely going to quit. And that's what brings me to my next point. Nobody talks about this, but I'm gonna talk about it anyways, and that is your ability to bounce back from any slip-ups is more important than avoiding them altogether. I hear all of my friends and clients and people online that are following restrictive, perfect diets like 75 hard or the animal diet or even vegans, and they talk about how long they have stayed on this perfect path for, and they hold on to that streak like all of their self-worth is contained in it. But once they slip up just one time, that's it. Streak's over, I'm done. There's nothing left to work towards because I've just been conditioned to stay on this path of perfection. So all it takes is one little screw up and then they have another and they're completely off the wagon. The main thing is we don't need to necessarily avoid disasters because life happens, but we need to see them as just a speed bump, not slamming into a brick wall. The real deal difference between people who can successfully lose weight and keep it off isn't in them avoiding disaster. They quite literally have a disaster happen and they recover as quickly as possible and they get back to going on their destination. Much like driving through a neighborhood that has a speed bump. You hit the speed bump going slowly and then you speed back up going towards your destination. This is all a mindset, a recovery mindset rather than a restart mindset. They sound similar, but they couldn't be more different. One of them has you stopping and starting, and it never leads to success. And the other one has you encountering a problem, solving for that problem, and continuing forward with the new information in your head on how to avoid the problem the next time it happens, or having a quick strategy so you are staying on track with minimal interruptions. That shift in mindset is way more powerful than being a perfect person, because that's not going to last. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to be one of these highly successful people, it's time to ditch the strict rules and instead adopt some solid systems. The first one I'll talk about are the non-negotiables. You have to do these things, but they're not hard to do. You need to eat your protein and your fiber. You also should be drinking mostly water or beverages that are close to zero. That way you're not drinking a ton of calories. You got to get active. Inside of the gym, at least 2 to 4 times a week. And outside of the gym, you need to be walking a lot and every single day. And you can get active beyond walking, playing with your kids, doing chores around the house, hell, taking the stairs instead of the elevator. All of those things will help you stay active and stay healthy for the rest of your life. But you also should have some fun. It can't all be strict and restrictive. You do get to eat out. Just plan it ahead of time and make sure you know what you're going to eat before you get there. If you want to have a drink or two, again, know before you have it. That way you're not going overboard. But if you do go overboard, get your ass back on track the next day. That is all it ever takes. And when it comes to tracking, you don't have to be like overly measuring everything. Use your eyes and use certain references. For instance, with your protein, make sure you have at least a palm-sized serving on your plate, maybe even a palm and a half. With your vegetables and your fruits and your beans and your whole grains, basically the foods that give you fiber, that's got to be at least half of your plate. And you got to eat the protein and the fiber before you have your carbs like your rice, your breads, your pastas. One thing most people miss is the goal is not perfection. The goal is to be prepared for imperfection, because life is imperfect. We are humans who are imperfect. So you may as well work as a human going through life and account for all those imperfections in your plan. The imperfect plan, you know, the one that allows you to live life while still reaching your goals, is exactly where you need to put your focus. I know it won't look sexy on Instagram. I know it's not all or none. But here's the thing. It will actually work, because it's more about being consistent rather than being perfect. And especially, it's about being consistent when life gets a little bit messy, because life is going to do what it do, but you need to still create ways to get your stuff done and reach that goal you set. And if you need more help on setting realistic goals and a simple path on reaching them, join my Inner Circle community, because that's where I am teaching and coaching all of my members on exactly how to lose weight and keep it off without trying to be perfect. I have the link down in the channel and video description, and so tap that link to get in and start winning on a near daily basis. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end of the video, and in just a moment, you're going to see another one from the channel that I promise you is going to set you up to lose weight and keep it off for good. Give it a watch, and I'll see you next time.